don't care. I don't care. I have no sympathy. Don't care. I don't care. I just don't care. I'm sorry.
Are we live? Did this happen? Are we back? I think we're back. Can someone confirm that streaming is happening? Weisberg says we're back. We're fucking back. We're back. We back. We out here. We out here. My kids are asleep. Plungeon looks a little different. Look at that. Check that out. We got a sign and everything. I agree. This is epic. It's been over a year. I was looking at this. I did some stats. I'm trying to figure out when did we stream last. And it was a long time ago. It was like December 8th of 2021. It was a full year. We didn't have a single stream in 2022. Better internet. It's Ethernet. And guess what? I'm getting fiber. It's coming. They laid the cable in the winter, like a month ago. It's out there. It just needs to get run to my house. It's so exciting. I'm jacked. There's 10 of you here. I feel like that's okay. We're just gonna roll with it, right? We're just gonna we're gonna build again. You know, fuck it. Why not? I'm getting fiber for 18 months. Yeah. I mean, that's how it works. But you know what I'm most excited about? I don't think I've been on a video chat with the boys in like maybe a year. Maybe a little. No, we probably like connected at some point. But it's been a very interesting year. As always, Chugs is late, but Greg is here, and so is Taylor.
What's good?
What's up?
We back. How's it going, boys?
Good.
Going well.
So let's recap. Let's talk about the year that's been. Okay. We last streamed in December of 2021. Greg, in the last, let's call it 13 months, highlights. Greg Murray highlights. What's on the highlight reel?
Had a baby.
What's the baby's name? Oh, well, you don't need to share that.
Yeah.
Baby boy, baby girl.
Baby boy. Baby boy. Yeah.
Okay.
It's 8 months old. So had a baby.
8 months old.
Yeah. They let me out of the dungeon. I now have dedicated office space.
That's nice.
It's wonderful.
You're a human.
I'm a human. Dedicated office space.
We love that.
And that's it.
We love that. That's the only highlight.
Those are the only highlights. I'll say lowlights. My son had a basketball league where I think we got off 6 shots as a team the whole season. That's a low light.
Like a game?
No, not a game. Like the whole season we got off 6 shots.
Total. How many games?
I think we played 8 games, got off 6 shots. Yeah, it was brutal. I think we made 2 of them maybe. So not a terrible rate, but we did not get off enough shots.
You're shooting 33% from the field on six shots?
Yeah. Was not good.
So I got a text today from my wife that my son, who is 3.5, will be 4 in May, who's a terrorist. We're playing t-ball, and I'm a coach this year. I was voluntold that I'm going to be a t-ball coach for a 4-year-old. I can't tell you how many things sound less bad than that. Like, oh man, I'm excited, but like 4-year-old t-ball. Greg, I feel like you've done this. Like, have you done t-ball?
It's just hurting cats. Like they're not gonna learn much, and they're just gonna want to get out there and run around. That's what they're out there for. They want to run around. They want to put dirt in their glove. They want to lick it out. They want to put the dirt on their head. It's just get ready. Yeah, get ready.
Chasing
Okay.
butterflies.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, hey, Chuck, you missed it, but we're doing. We said 13 months since we streamed last, so we're going highlights. And Greg introduced the lowlights segment of this,
nice.
where
Nice.
where his son's team went 0-8 and got
0-8.
6 total shots up.
That's pretty painful.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Pretty bad.
Well, shit, Greg. Good to see you, man. As
Good to see
always.
you.
Taylor Stein,
Hello.
your highlights. 13 months highlights.
Chronological order or importance? Which one?
Tell me.
So Dubs
Tell me.
championship or
Yeah,
the fact that you have
having a baby. So I had a baby. Had a baby girl. in
Congratulations.
December. Thank you. Baby number 1. So we're like a month in, which is a lot.
Okay. You've
but-
got the postpartum glow to you.
Thanks. It's definitely that. Not the ring light or anything, but it's a month and I'm able to sneak away for 2 hours and baby's good. So I'd say that's a highlight. Dubs championship. That's definitely a highlight. And then third would be
Yeah.
You
A lot
really
of sex
did.
in 2021.
Yeah, big year. And then I'd say dribble. So I looked it up just now. There's been 4.4 million games with dribble played, which is
That's
pretty
awesome.
awesome. And nothing has broken yet. Although I need to update some trades and players, and I'm like terrified of having to handle the trade deadline and update who's teammates with everyone. So if anyone wants to help with that, even people watching live, if you want to like do some pro bono work, help me find who's teammates with who now. Let me
remember
know.
Rui is a Laker. Big.
I got to
time.
update Rui's a Laker now. All these things.
Did that actually happen?
Yeah, yesterday.
3-second round. What was it? Kendrick Nunn in 3 seconds or 2 seconds or
3.
3? Yeah. For old Rui.
Lakers just how many you want?
Russ in the first will go eventually for a real player. It's gonna happen.
And this is for anybody that may not know. This is dribblegame.com. I assume that everybody knows, but you know what? Like, there's only 20 people here. We might have people that have never been here before. They might not know who we are. I don't know why you would be watching us talk, but like
they were looking at like plumber videos.
Yeah,
or something. It's like,
they're just like, why the fuck is this guy?
plunger
streaming? Well,
reviews?
so Taylor, if for anybody that didn't know, Taylor made Dribble Game, which is basically like Wordle for basketball teammates. So, like you start the game. I would have to like restart Chrome in order to share my screen. But if you want to share your screen and do like, we could show it. That would
Play
be
today's.
a useful
Play
use of our
play
time.
today's.
We could play it together. We could play it
Let's
today.
do it.
I haven't played it yet.
Yeah, I
Let's
haven't
do
either.
today's. Hold on. All right.
Let's
Present.
do it.
Share screen.
Plunger fetish seekers. Yeah, I mean, it could be any of us. Also, I have I saw another sort of like Wordle style daily game, Taylor, yesterday that was like cinema based, and I think it's the next iteration of Dribble. I'm not going to tell it on stream because I don't want to give it away.
I think there's a guy that made an NBA game that I think is a take on the one you're talking about. I'll have to show it to you, but we can keep it under wraps.
Yeah, we don't want to give our secrets away. Swick, good to see you.
Can you see it?
We can. It's very tiny, but all right.
Enhance.
Bruce
Can you make it any
Brown.
bigger?
Enhance.
How many more enhances?
Enhance.
A few more.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Enhance.
Okay,
We got Bruce Brown to Nurkic.
Okay, so let's start with Bruce Brown. What team is Bruce Brown on now?
He's on the Nuggets.
Yep.
And Nurkic and Jokic were teammates. So boom.
Chugs, you gotta play dumb. You gotta draw out the segment.
I'm not as good as Kenny Beecham or whatever that guy is.
You gotta play dumb. The stream's gonna be over in 10 minutes.
Swicky, I miss you. I miss you dearly.
Oh, man.
I agree. The world is healing. So is it Jokic. I
Give it a
assume.
shot.
And,
See.
yeah, he's the single fuck.
Boom.
Yeah, I feel like Bruce Brown is Bruce Brown still the most turned in and like burned top shot moment of all time? I feel like that was a thing. Like when the locker room came out, that was like Bruce Brown's, like the 60K Bruce Browns ended up in the locker room. There's probably fewer of those than some of the Series 2 ones that are like 35K.
I think he took a big hit. Everyone is hating on Bruce Brown. He's actually pretty good.
I was about to say, I don't know why he's catching strays.
Yeah, he's good.
Yeah, and then we got Mr. Chugs. So we got highlight dribble game, highlight. Well, before we get to Chugs, low light. You got a low light?
Low light?
You have one?
Not really. Let me think on it. Go to Chugs.
Okay.
And I'll come back with a low light.
Mr. Chugs and Bucks.
All right.
Memphis, Grizz Gang. Team captain. What's up, buddy?
Still giving away floor seats, baby.
We'll talk about that in a bit because I do want to get an update on how that's been going.
Yeah. So I'll leave that off of any kind of like high or low light part of things.
Well, if it's a highlight.
Well, I mean, I'll be honest. I'm coming off a highlight literally last night because I saw Chappelle and Chris Rock in Memphis, and it was freaking legendary. Like bucket list for sure. Getting to see them perform. Without like the only thing I'll say, because I'm not going to sit here and be like try to recite some line that they said, because it was like a phone free event. You had to just take it all in. It was fabulous. But
did they have you put it in like that pouch at the front?
That yonder bag, those yonder bags, yeah. So the part that I took note of, we had pretty good seats. Like we were basically like stage height, like on a lower bowl. Picture a basketball arena, so like row M in the lower bowl, basically. So they got like a prompter on the ground facing up with like countdowns and cues and stuff like that. So Chris Rock gets up there and he's just like the consummate pro comedian, like just ripping through topics, jokes with punchlines, not really like long drawn out stories per se. And he had like cues that you could see like what he's about to hit on next or whatever. Meanwhile, and he was amazing. He went for like a solid hour, just killed it. Chappelle comes out, dude rolls up with a pack of cigarettes, just rips basically smoked the entire pack during his set. The prompter was completely black, and he just like went and was just like telling stories.
He's a legend.
Like, incredible.
The one thing that I thought was really funny, which I mean, this is Chappelle, so keep this in mind, but he's talking about R. Kelly and like the skit that he did, and he's like back then they like didn't want me to do the the second skit because that's the one where it's like actually a reenactment of the P video, and he's like, so I had one of those like mustard bottles, like the little ones you have in a cafeteria filled with some solution, and he said he's sitting there and he's like doing it, and he's like, and I thought to myself, I see why people think this is cool. Something like that. And then like people kind of like reacted, and he was like, bitch, relax, or something like that. Like, it's so freaking funny. And then just like went on to the next story. But
yeah, we saw him in Madison like, I don't know, 8 years ago, something like that. It was not that long after he sort of came back from his hiatus. And same thing, just like chain smoking cigarettes, and it was very much like you happen to be at the campfire with Dave Chappelle. Like,
right.
It's not a show. It's just a storytelling thing. Okay, so that's a highlight from yesterday.
Yeah, that was definitely a highlight. I mean, I don't know about other like big time highlights. We didn't really go anywhere super exciting, or nothing major happened. Our basketball experience is going a little better.
I hope.
We've only lost one game, and that one loss came because we had only 5 players. So every kid played the entire game, and it was just the worst because like these poor kids we're U6. They're just like cardio, just up and down, up and down. The other team had a kid that was like clearly older. I don't know how he's in the league. He was like way taller than everybody else. And it kind of like the whole part of it sort of crystallized where they're kicking our ass. And there was one play where one of their kids on a loose ball, like runs after it. And he jumps to like not touch the ground and like throw it off of my son's like ankles. And I'm like, this, like my son doesn't even like remotely know how to even think to do that, let alone actually execute it. And the kid did it, but my son actually like grabbed the ball and then starts like booking it to the basket. Of course, the other kid by the time chases him down, just packs his shit. It's like
LeBron from behind.
It's like this isn't even the same game these two people are playing. But otherwise, it's been a good little sports season for the kids and stuff. The obvious low light, I mean, have you all looked at your crypto holdings lately? I mean, that's basically my.
What are you talking about? I bought a bunch of ETH on accident when it was like $1,100. I'm ripping right now, baby.
And there you go.
I got gains I'm gonna need to offset.
that cost base is at like 3,000 from 13 months ago. Is not looking so hot, but yeah. We'll let it ride. We'll see what happens.
It's been an interesting year. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
It's been wild. Highlights. I got a job at Coinbase. That was a highlight. That's fucking sick, dude. I was like living the dream. Low light. Lost my job at Coinbase 2 weeks ago. So I'm unemployed right now, which is why we're streaming. Which not the worst thing in the world, I guess, in the grand scheme of things. But we're back, fucking back.
Plungeon's open.
Back right, yes, I believe Chug still has his Twitter SFT.
Yeah, yes. Backers asking, do you still have your Twitter SFT?
I still do. Yes. And knowing that I literally had a week, the equivalent, like 120K probably in the bank, that I could have like clicked a button and would have had that. And, of course I'm a dumbass. So
you're not a dumbass. Whatever. You're just a hodler.
The worst. That's the worst though. That's the problem. In 2023, the hodler is the class clown right now. The hodler was the shit in 2021. And then it, all kind of rug pulled out in 2022.
It's not a rug pull, man. They didn't promise you shit. They gave you something for free.
No. I'm saying just the whole space in general. Like, I mean, there's other finance bro factors you can chalk it up to, but it's tough.
I'd be curious to hear your finance bro factors. I would love to hear the Chugs this is my measured take on where we are and where you think we're going.
I mean, it's pretty simple. As long as global banks are going to be what's called tightening, like shrinking the money supply, crypto is going to have a really hard time going, because right now crypto thrives on the extra discretionary, it's still very much considered a speculative thing more than a alternative, asset, if you want to call it that. That's my serious sort of super condensed, until the Fed starts cutting rates again and being more accommodative to the overall economy, and that happens worldwide, I think crypto is going to have a hard time, really taking off. That's just my own kind of view from it. So
I agree.
Yeah. So there it is. Finance Bro Corner. Finance Bro Corner.
Yeah.
Sponsored by nobody.
It's good to hear different perspectives, right? You're someone who has a financial background in TradFi, and there's people that don't. There's people that are all over the place. So it's good to have that with everything. And now the context I have for the last year, it's seeing how the sausage is made is really interesting, right? For on the crypto side and the platforming side and the regulatory side. It's really, really interesting that how the crypto ecosystem, not just NFTs, that was what I was focused on, but how the crypto ecosystem is expanding even when prices are not going up or down, right? A lot of the stuff that we were working on was totally the price of Bitcoin or ETH didn't affect it at all. That's just a top line revenue number, right? That corresponds to the trading volumes. And even when numbers are down, trading volumes in many cases, while they're going down, go way up, right? Because volatility drives a lot of the sort of liquidity factors and the velocity of what's happening. But all the infrastructure stuff is still chugging along. All of the
Right.
policy making stuff is still chugging along. In particular with like the major World Bank type stuff, large government type of things. But it's not everywhere is amenable to it. And I think it's going to be really curious to see, like, there are going to be lots of local battles, not just like local jurisdictional battles, but like local battles over specific stuff within crypto that's going to basically shape what it looks like down the line. But my non-financial advice, financial advice is that, like, treat every crypto dollar like it's a fake dollar, right? Because it is. And you shouldn't be gambling your life savings on it. And that's always sort of been my thought process on a lot of this. But it's very interesting seeing how the sausage is made on some of that stuff. So anyway, John Michael Weisberg asks, has Top Shot been successful in the years since you left? Couldn't I
really couldn't either. Like, in terms of the actual platform, I couldn't.
I looked up my live token to see my latest activity. I was curious when my last buy was. My last purchase was March 24th, 2022. I have no recollection of that, but that's
I think I bought something actually because there was like a crafting or burn challenge or something to get League Pass. So I did that.
Yeah.
And that was like that was probably the last like real thing I did. But the team captain thing, I mean, they're still like funding it and like pushing out efforts, and like our big thing, like, we just took a big swing right out the gate, got floor seats, and we're going to give away, every game, and that's going, like, that's plugging along. Like, we've got so far we've had a unique, winner for every game, so it's been pretty cool. I assume we'll be able to do it through the playoffs, or I hope we will. And we've got they sent me some like Top Shot kind of like swag, like some shirts and some banners and stuff. And so we're trying to nail down a couple dates for like watch parties on road games. Just like pick like a Friday night game or something and go somewhere and have just kind of like gear or whatever. But I mean, I don't know. I don't really know where that's going, like, bigger picture. Cause, like, frankly, they need to like have some like not expensive, kind of ambassador type people that are in-house in Dapper that have access to like email addresses and things like that, where they can be a little more precise with kind of like how they roll out benefits. Cause right now, I mean, they basically just gave me and another guy like a shitload of money. It was like, hey, do cool stuff with other Grizzly collectors, which is like, I mean, it's great to have no strings attached, kind of, but at the same time, like, it's not really an efficient use of capital, in my opinion. Like, it should be more like in-house, and then they roll out stuff to collectors based on ownership. But like, I guess that is like the dream, though. That's like that's the application. That's the whole future of fandom thing, I suppose. That in a perfect situation, you try to, make that be a thing where you can own a set or own the starting lineup of your favorite team, and like you're entered to win a jersey or whatever, like, and it's stuff that's real seamless and passive. Like, your interaction with Top Shot is enough. You don't have to like be in a Discord channel or click on this or retweet that or whatever. So that, it'd be nice if that was something that they could actually achieve.
Yeah. No, I don't disagree with you at all. Like, the more opportunities for things like that, the more different ways that people can interact, right, on their own terms, right? I think so much of the early run with Top Shot was like everybody had to do the same thing. You had to collect a specific way if you were going to make any money, right? Yeah. You had to do these challenges. You had to line up for the packs. You had to do this. And now it's like, you can sort of do it on your own terms because there's not like a huge financial incentive to do one thing or the other. And I think more so than anything, like, that's something that continues to like show itself over and over and over again in like NFT space generally, and just like the crypto digital asset space generally. We are not yet at the point where like loyalty matters at all, right? It is 100, not 100%. It's 98.5% driven by financial incentive.
Right.
Coinbase Marketplace is a super good example of this. Like, there wasn't a strong enough and there isn't a strong enough financial incentive to trade NFTs on that platform. Period. Full stop. There is or was on LooksRare. There is or was on X2Y2. There is or was on Blur. There is or was on a ton of these different platforms. Like OpenSea, it's because of the liquidity that it offers. Like, it's financial incentive. It's not like, oh, hey, I like that brand and I'm going to use them, right? It's so much of it is financial incentive, at least at like the law of large numbers. There are small groups of people like the Grizz Gang that are like 100 strong or 50 strong. They're like, you probably do have some fandom elements to it. And like, it's more than that. It's more than your Top Shot. Or like some of us like that are doing content around this, or we're doing content around it. It was more than just like financial incentive, at least on the surface. But like the vast majority of people are drawn by that. And it's why that's why casinos are shiny, right? Like people like spinning the wheel. But you know, it's I don't know. You just see that a lot, and I see it more and more and more and more. And like you'll see more elements of it like percolate into other like areas and avenues of life where like you don't even realize what's happening. But you know, that's sort of neither here nor there. I'm gonna hold on just a second, actually.
Greg, are you in the she shed right now?
The he shed.
She shed?
The he shed, you know what I mean.
I am in the he shed, yeah.
The he shed. How's it going? Sorry if I was late and you'd already kind of like talked about
it. It's going great. Like I had my first day of work in here yesterday. And
you get an amp. Like, you get an amp in there, a little guitar. Couple maracas.
Not yet. No John Mayer covers happening yet.
Couple bongos.
It's a little warm, even though it's still pretty cold here, because the light comes in directly through these windows, so I need some shades. But other than that, it's been great. It's awesome having kind of dedicated space.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah. You need a little hoop that you can like just mount on the wall so you can spin around.
Yeah.
We
got some decorating to do. I think we're gonna hang both of our like college jerseys in here.
It's pretty sparse.
Nice.
Put a bunch of other stuff, yeah.
Yeah, it's looking like you've been kidnapped. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I since I know your backstory, I know that you're safe.
Yeah, Hobby Lobby, you can get like one of those jersey frame things for like not that expensive. Hobby Lobby or Michaels or whatever.
Yeah.
Sorry about that.
No worries.
I will say like having a brand new room with like nothing in it. I had it's my space. My wife never comes down here, but she was like in charge of figuring out what was going where. I was like, all right, you do it. Tell me what we're getting from IKEA. We got a whole art wall. Remember that art I had up there?
Nice.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. So it's looking good. We've got
pretty fresh.
The dog bed down there with the little dog in there. Just chilling, you know.
Came with a little dog. Nice.
I feel like this room is like optimized for the Zoom meetings. Like I know, behind you and to the right, perfect. To the other side,
little football over the shoulder. Like,
oh yeah,
it's perfect.
There was legitimately someone on an NFT project that we were working with who said, "Is that a real background?" I was like, "Yes, this is my office." They were like, "Can you move out of the shot?" And I was like, "What?" And he's like, "I'm taking a picture of it and I'm going to use it as my background." And I was like,
God.
Did you go like
with your plunge artwork and
yeah, like what the fuck? Do you play D&D like over here? Like, are you into Penelope's Country Club? Right there. There you go. Did you go to Notre Dame? Do you have a Notre Dame diploma? Like, very specific to me. Are you an Eagle Scout? Oh, fuck, whatever.
Yeah, wherever it is.
There we go. Just like all the most ridiculous stuff. But yeah, this person took a picture of that.
So what's in the basement?
Anyway.
Like still slides?
Same shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, same shit.
Trampoline down there?
Everything. I didn't bring it in this winter. I was too lazy to take it down. Oh. So yeah. But anyway, I'm jacked to be back. I don't know. We might do this every week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. For as long as I'm unemployed, like I think that's what I kind of want to do is bring it back.
Just hang out.
Yeah, fuck yeah, why not? Peak of our powers. I think we were, there was like hundreds of people that cared. There was like 3 figures worth of people that cared.
We had,
but not anymore.
The stakes were medium for sure.
They were medium. The best part about all that shit. So I've been reflecting like a lot about my last 2 years, and the best part about that shit was not the like social media influencer following shit. I don't give a fuck. I just got to have a lot of cool conversations with people. Like I would have had them without an audience. Like the vast majority of them. Some of them I would not. Like there were some bad ones. And I'm not going to disparage any individual projects because that's just not how we do it. But like, holy shit, there were some fucking stinkers in there. Stinkers.
Need the orchestra music to start going.
No, what we need to do is we should go.
So Oscar nominations.
What we should do? Oh, Oscar nominations. That's on the We should go back through and just like give away like all of the remnants of the shit projects that we had on this stream. But maybe that'll be next week. Maybe that'll be the week following.
Some starfish, some peanuts.
Oh
I didn't
say.
Hey, we're not naming names.
I didn't say it.
I didn't say what they were. Those are just generic objects. I mean,
is he breaking up for all of you, or is that just me?
I think it was
that breaking up?
Plunge net.
Plunge potato net strikes again.
Yeah.
So anyway, the like I said, the best part. This was my segue, by the way. This is my segue into the great conversations that we had on this stream, and perhaps my favorite conversation of all time. It was one of the earliest conversations that we had on the stream. Had a fine gentleman by the name of Crypto Poppy, and he is back.
Let's go! My God, this is so nostalgic, man. So nostalgic.
I am so excited to have you back, Poppy. How are you, my man?
I'm doing amazing. You look like you made it. You moved out of the basement, so you called yourself unemployed, but you made it. Look at that room you're in.
It's got all the flair.
I mean, we didn't have to add to the mortgage payments. So that's a good thing. Like we're still okay. We're still like Chuck was saying, the stakes are medium. Right now they're medium. They might be high in a couple weeks if I don't find a job, but like right now stakes are medium.
Well, I'm glad you're back. I'm glad you have time to do the show again. The community missed you.
Yeah, man. So I think I saw you last in June, if I'm not mistaken, at NFT NYC. We were at, it was Aspen NFT, who Dr. Jeremy had a party at an arcade bar of some sort. Yeah. And ran into each other, and some of the people from the Pirates of the Metaverse team were there. I talked to you a little bit about how things were going at that point. I want to, like, you may have missed it before we hopped on, but like Greg, Taylor, Chugs, and I were going through, like, we haven't streamed in 13 months. Highlights, lowlights, like, what's been going on? What's been going on with Crypto Poppy? How are you doing?
Damn. Oh my God. I'm doing awesome. The market has obviously dominated like the time that you've been gone. So while where you were here before, we were sort of in this raging bull market, except for Top Shot, but a lot of the other stuff was in a raging bull market. Now we're all in Top Shot land, crypto and NFTs and Top Shot.
Boys, I'm gonna let you guys take it. I got to run really quick. We got like a neighborhood situation outside, so you guys keep the stream rolling, and then I will be back in like 5 or 10 minutes.
Neighborhood situation. I can't wait to hear about that.
Drama on the farm. Oh no.
The chickens are loose.
Yeah.
Chicken coop's open.
Sounds like a scene out of Nope, which did not get nominated for anything. The Oscars, by the way, completely shut out. But whatever.
Poppy, are you involved with Top Shot these days?
Great question.
Or is that a complete no?
It is a complete no, but I'm heavily involved in La Liga.
That's right. I remember you saying that.
Yeah. So a lot of people have asked me about that because In fact, a lot of like the Pirates community came from Top Shot because I was in Top Shot, and so they kind of see my journey from sort of Top Shot, launching my own project, tinkering with La Liga, and people will ask me like, "If you're not in Top Shot, why are you in La Liga?" And like, the way I explain it, at least I justify it to myself, is one, I really like the idea of getting a fresh start. And there's kind of like, yeah, sure, there's overlap with the Top Shot community, but believe it or not that much. And so this is kind of like still a niche, smaller community that sort of doesn't come with all the preconceived notions of Top Shot. It bleeds into it every once in a while, but as a product, it is sort of a fresh start. I've seen them take a different approach, so kind of maybe some of the learnings that happened with Top Shot into La Liga early on, which are like good signs for me. Like as soon as I started to see, for example, in La Liga, if a pack doesn't sell out and they'll give it like 24 hours for like a premium pack, they burn the packs. And so the community is still very small. Like my estimation is there's about 500 of us that are actually trading La Liga moments at most, and that's based on like challenge completions and pack sales and things like that. But I've seen them at least, say, okay, well, we're gonna try and sell this supply, and if it doesn't sell, we're gonna adjust, and they kind of burn the moments in the packs, and so you end up with like super scarce moments right now on the platform that are, legendary moments were minted to like 45. Well, they're supposed to be minted to 45, and many of them were done through challenge completions, and they only minted to like 15, 17, 21 because that's the only people that finish the challenges. So at least I've seen this attitude of like, all right, like we all know Dapper needs to sell packs. Like that, at the end of the day, that's their business model. If they can't sell packs, then there's no business. And I don't subscribe to the idea that we should just make them find another business model. I mean, that's what we're here for. Digital collectibles. That's what we're buying. That's what they're selling. So yeah, I've been kind of excited about that. I love the sport. Like if there's a sport that I've played and watched since I was 3 years old, it's soccer. So it comes natural, right? Like legendary players from 20 years ago. I still remember the goal they scored and sometimes see the moment and actually remember the moment for some of the legendary moments, right? So all of that just comes a lot more natural to me. And most importantly, like, so probably the worst thing that happened with Top Shot was that it mooned. So La Liga's that's not going to happen anytime soon with La Liga. I have zero expectations of that. So I can go, I can collect. By the way, we already have $1 moments on the platform from like, as of a week ago. So, just a few months in, we've already got commons that are $1, which is their goal, to have these digital collectibles be accessible to people when they join the platform. And so we've kind of already achieved that on La Liga without this like huge moon and people buying the top and getting wrecked. So the attitude just seems a lot better because it's like we can really kind of only go up, to be honest. So
a lot of good vibes.
And I'm having fun.
Is there any like game theory aspect where when a pack comes out, because there's so few users, you're sort of waiting around to see like, are we buying this or not? Because the scarcity aspect where they do burn everything that doesn't get purchased, like do people wait close to that cutoff to then sort of decide if they're buying or not because they get a better feel for the supply, or does it not matter and people just buy whenever?
No, you can see like you can just looking at transaction logs, you can see the evolution of people's thought process with that. Like the first month or so, moments, people weren't speculating too much on moments. They were buying what they like to collect, and you could see that things, were just kind of chugging along. And then, challenges started to be announced. A few challenges got underway. And then all of a sudden you're seeing moments out of nowhere, like people sweep the floor of this like random moment and pure speculation. So you're seeing that a lot more nowadays. But so the platform is sort of, the moments are still scarce enough. There's so few of them that up until like a couple weeks ago, I think I had almost every single moment on the site minus 2. 2 that basically there's only 10 of each of them, so they're not on the market. Like it's impossible to find a seller for them. So that was pretty cool. Like I could collect the entire collection for the last, I think, 6 or 7 challenges. I'm just like guaranteed a challenge reward.
Yeah. That's cool. And I see someone here mentioned they have sound.
Yeah,
like
I was just looking at some of the like highest end ones and just watched a Zidane with sound. That's freaking cool.
The sound makes so much of a difference.
English and Spanish. You can do English or Spanish also.
And watching these NBA
great.
highlights without audio, it's just so like, I hate to say lifeless, but kind of it's hard to make them exciting. And when you add audio in there, it's like so game changing.
Massive difference. Like that in itself is a huge difference. And especially not because I speak Spanish, but the Latin calls, the legendary calls are always like incredible to hear. So it definitely adds another effect to it.
What's your top moment, Poppy? Like I'm looking at these legendaries. Like the most expensive listing right now is an Iniesta, $9,500, a 15 count legendary. What's your top of the stack that you got?
Yeah,
I have proud of.
I have all the legendaries except Benzema and Neymar, which are like when they are on the market for an experience. That's another thing, is having an advantage of being an experienced buyer. Like the Benzema's sell for $3K, but you never find them for $3K on the market. They've been like between $6 and $9K listed all the time. So people aren't really serious about selling them, right? My top moment is I pulled the Fabregas jersey number which was a moment that I got in a challenge, and there's only 17 of them, and I actually pulled the jersey number 4, so I'm pretty pumped about that one.
Sweet.
Yeah, but that's the other thing is like here's what happened. I said, oh, this is soccer, man. I'll buy the first pack for the hell of it. And I bought the first pack, and I got a legendary moment, Modric, on the Moment show. We were streaming with them, and I opened the pack, and I get Modric. I'm like, whoa, awesome. And I was hooked instantly. And because of that Modric, the way they did the challenges was, I mean, if you had a legendary, you pretty much, I think I netted maybe 6 or 7 legendaries throughout the next couple months, because one resulted in another, and then 2 resulted in another. So getting in early was massive. If I was walking into the platform now, I definitely would be very wary about spending $5K on one of these. And these are my own bags, guys. And not that I list them or try to sell them, but I would be very wary about buying a moment right now for $5K on La Liga, where the user base is still super small. And like you guys were talking before I joined, I don't think anything crypto NFT related or many things we're expecting are gonna moon out of nowhere anytime soon. So collect what you like literally. I know it's cliche, and don't overpay for anything right now, because that's, especially on these platforms where there's very little liquidity for some of these moments, just chill. There's no reason to FOMO right now.
So on the platform, it looks like they're like all over the place in terms of like seasons and years and stuff like that. Has that just been like from the jump? It's just like a random smattering from like, I mean, literally the last like almost 20 years, it looks like. Is that like, are they all mixed in together in packs, or is it like do they have like throwback packs and stuff like that?
Yeah, great question. So they started the platform with only basically historical moments. And I think we did maybe 3 premium packs, right? 3, there's more sets, but 3 packs that were all related to like historical moments, players. And the last drop, which I believe was last week now, it was last week. That was the first in-season drop. So this is the first time we got players from existing, moments from basically the first, I don't know, 9 games of the season, something like that.
Yeah.
I'm back.
And the state that the legendary moments are in, like, so people understand, like, most of us that were in early have pretty much all the moments. And, I would say that, the downside is that there really isn't like a net new market coming in who even should pay these prices, to be honest, for these moments.
Yeah. And I think that's, at least from the perspective of like, hey, we've been here before. We've seen this play out, both with, All Day and UFC, and there's more. It's not just a single data point with Top Shot. Like we've got 3 of them.
Yep.
With Dapper products and just like these types of things in general. I missed a bunch of the intro stuff, but yeah, neighborhood situation. There was apparently like my neighbor lady that has the horse farm in the back. Like some person drove up their driveway and like threatened to kill the guy next door, like, and was like on the loose running around the neighborhood, like threatening to kill people. So he's been apprehended apparently, but America, fuck yeah.
All right. Heartland.
So a horse wasn't loose. It was just someone who was threatening to kill people. But same area. But so it sounds like you're well though, Bobby. You guys are talking La Liga. We've got El Dumbo reached out and he's like, "Hey man, you streaming tonight?" It's like, "Yeah." He says, "You want a pack to open on the stream? Get people going."
Let's go.
Yeah,
yes.
Let's rip one.
So
That's
here's
why I
the thing.
saw the screen. I'm like, why is there a Kings of the World pack there?
Why is there a pack? Because
Super
we got
cool.
influencer packs, dude. And so 2 things. So first thing, apparently you can't gift moments. Is that a thing?
No.
Okay. So not yet. It's like all day. Okay. So this is the way this is going to work. I told Dumbo we would do, and he's got other packs that we can give away to people, like to deposit those packs into people's accounts. So we'll give away like 2 packs. And then if we end up hitting like something monstrous, let's call it like if we hit anything that's over $100 in like current fair market value, we will try and liquidate it. And then I will figure out a way to get $100 to someone in some way. Like we will pay it forward. I'm not going to like take a massive hit here in the influencer pack on the
13 months in your back to already be.
Yeah. No, I can't, dude. I got too much fucking like. I got to be on the up and up with all things Dapper and Top Shot, dude, and all things like that ecosystem. Man, there's too many people with pitchforks for my liking. So anyway, so we got a pack to open. Apparently, my internet's trash right now, so my apologies about that. But we're gonna go ahead and do this.
Which one is it? I think I saw Kings of the World.
Yeah, we'll find out. I don't know what this is. Tell me about this.
Yeah. So this is one of the historic packs. So there's some really good legendaries in this pack if I remember correctly. So click the claim open and you'll wait a few minutes.
And their design team just doesn't miss. The stuff just looks so cool.
Yeah,
they really do crush it.
I love the simplicity, clean. The moments look clean. My constructive feedback is, it's like it feels like Top Shot and the platform does. So like the biggest ask right now is like my collection. You can't even filter by anything. So I have hundreds of moments. I have like literally no clue what I have anymore. And it feels like, well, it's a big step back from where we were with Top Shot, but I'm sure they'll get it right eventually.
Check this out, by the way, guys. Check it out. Look at that. Fucking ballers, bro. Check
Ballers.
that out.
I got my baller. I got a baller
I call
on
it the
mine
Greg
too,
Murray
bro.
baller. This is my Greg Murray baller. It's
Oh,
like,
yeah.
like the baldish
ball.
hair and then like got the.
The headphones, the beard.
Oh man.
Yeah, I got mine. Firehead.
That's by far, by the way, Ballers is by far my biggest L of any project.
Really?
Like not even close. It's by far my biggest loss.
Okay, probably because you're
Pico
tiny
top.
on Top Shot.
Oh no. Pico top of I bought 2 Ballers for $2,000 and $1,700 respectively. I'm at like $3,700 in, and they're worth like $100 now. Let's not talk about it. So
pretty painful.
Yeah, let's not talk about it. All right, here we go. Syncing our system.
Don't know.
Sound is on. I'm not sure. I assume that I can share sound from this.
Don't you have to
If
share
not-
a tab?
Oh, that's right. Hold on.
We're rusty.
I
You
forgot how
gotta
to
share
do
the
this.
sound. You gotta
Share
share
the
the
tab,
sound.
you
before
gotta
Yeah, I
check.
can't get rid of the powered by StreamYard thing up there either because I got rid of my premium subscription.
Look at us.
Understandable.
Yeah.
Bear market stuff.
Understandable. Are we limited
All
to
right.
only like an hour and then
40-minute
we have to
meeting.
restart? Yeah,
Oh,
like,
good question. I don't
like
even
pre-Zoom.
know.
Do we have to start it all
No.
over?
Oh,
like,
man.
we'll be back.
All right. Okay. Open pack. Here we go. Can you hear it?
I hear it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it. Just screaming goal.
That's pretty good.
4 moms.
So they're random. So you don't know where the legendary is or the
Oh, you
the
can't hide it.
legendary. Let's manifest it. And this is it. And you got a rare. And it's Tony Cruz. It's okay. Any
Little
serial?
German.
36.
Is it German?
That's not his jersey number, is
I
it?
love the audio.
Aparece Kroos, que se puede animar, le pega
Oh.
Kroos.
Get him. Get him.
Golazo, golazo, golazo.
Oh. So good.
So good having the audio.
¡Gol! ¡Golazo del Real Madrid en el 61! ¡La puso en el ángulo! ¡Tony Kroos! Recibió en la
crank that
frontal. Lo vio
So
claro.
dark.
¿Quién lo puede ver claro eso? Nadie, casi nadie. Solo un superdotado.
Oh, man,
La pone
audio
en el
makes it so
ángulo.
much better.
Al palo y para adentro.
Para adentro. That was dope.
So this
I'm
pack,
into this.
you have a chance at a second rare,
Okay.
or the next are uncommons in this pack.
Okay. Yeah,
They
what's
give you a
Phil
good pack.
D? What's Phil D up to? Yeah, they gave me a good pack. They knew which one it was.
Oh, you got a rare.
Wow.
2 rares.
got another
Double
Barca
rare
guy.
pack. That's a good pack, man.
Busquets.
And you know you got a Real
Mueve la
Madrid
pelota,
and a
Piqué,
Barcelona player.
escoradito
Can't
en la
complain.
línea de banda. La suelta ya para Sergio Busquets. Pisa el balón Busquets. Uy, cómo se ha marchado de escena.
Uy.
Ojo al
Uy.
cañito
Uy.
Bruno Soriano. Madre mía. Ruge
Madre
el
mía.
Camp Nou y es que no es para menos cómo se ha marchado ahí Sergio Busquets. Con qué
Oh,
elegancia,
it's a skill
fíjense
move. Oh,
cómo baila
not
primero
even a
con
goal. I love
escena
that.
y después
Oh,
hace lo propio con
legged him.
Bruno
The
Soriano.
equivalent of
Qué
handles.
elegancia la de Sergio Busquets.
Yeah,
I like
there's,
that.
The hoop
there's
heads.
goal, there's skills, there's like defensive plays and goalies.
Because handles, they still have to score. They don't have any top shot moments where you're just like breaking someone's ankle and
I
carrying
guess that's
on.
true. Yeah, it's always like a layup
Sick as
afterwards.
sick.
Or...
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. Influencer luck.
Look at these
Get
teams.
it, Eric
Eric
Abidal.
Abidal.
Ataca el Atlético de Madrid en el
We
Camp
got a
Nou.
German, a Frenchman, and a
Balón a la frontal
and a
para Kun Agüero,
Spaniard.
protege, aguanta, se va de Piqué, continúa el Kun,
Eric
otro
has a
recorte,
history,
se va
man.
por
He
aquí,
was,
se va por allí.
he was diagnosed with cancer while he was
Y
playing.
finalmente lo resuelve Eric
Had to
Abidal,
go
que
get
dijo
surgery on his
hasta
lung,
aquí
I
y le
believe,
cerró la
and they made it
puerta
back to
a
play
un Kun
again.
Agüero que se estaba metiendo hasta la cocina. La vemos
Oh,
de
this was
nuevo.
when Sergio,
Tapó Eric Abidal,
when Aguero was
enviando
still
el
in
balón a
the
córner
La
en una
Liga.
gran acción defensiva del futbolista francés del Barça.
I can't see close enough. Does it say the year, the season of each of these, or no?
I think it
I don't
does
know.
when you
So-
go into the moments
Yeah.
later,
Say
right?
it later. Oh,
In the
okay.
moment, you get more details. I think the year's missing, if I remember correctly, but you'll get like the I think the date's missing, but you get like information about the game itself.
Yeah.
Coutinho.
Come on, 23. Well, not a bad serial. Decent.
Avanzando. Corriendo, buen pase para Coutinho. Coutinho que puede marcar.
Coutinho,
¡Gol! ¡Gol, gol, de Coutinho! Empata el español en el minuto 76. Cuando el equipo periquito parecía que no había manera de que generara.
Holy
Oh man, that's
smokes!
so good. It's so good. Oh,
That's like
so
a
then
whole,
now
a
do
whole
I
experience.
Avanzando.
Yeah,
view
there.
collection. Okay, here we go. So now my collection. Yeah, I know, Bakra, it's dial up. You missed the part where I was going to say when I said it's going to be fiber soon. All right, so if I go into this one,
So if you look at the so the total supply is minted to 2,500, but with these players like the uncommons, actually Abidal I believe has the most in circulation, which is like 1,500 out of 2,500. But many of them have like 400 in circulation out of 2,500. So the prices are like stupid, like $50 for an uncommon because it's super rare. And they've kind of committed to burning the rest of them. So, and the other thing that they did that I didn't mention is that the ones that are in reserves, they've committed to not release them before season 3. So we don't have to really be worried about like supply coming in anytime soon. We got a couple of years to worry about that down the road.
Are they still holding back like the same amount? I think it was like 10% or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not sure what the percentage is, but yeah, they hold some back, which is I'm sure how Plunge got this back.
Gotta have those influencer
marketing.
packs on call.
Plunge comes back and he gets a free pack. I'm like heavily invested. I don't get a free pack.
Start streaming.
That's right.
Talk to Danville. Well, no, this is a good thing though in general because like I'm excited to like now look at this and fucking give some shit away. I'm excited to give shit away. I like giving shit away. So we're gonna go. What is this StreamYard thing? So I've never done this giveaway tool. We're gonna match the text to La Liga. So everybody hit La Liga in the comments. And then we're gonna need whoever wins. We're gonna give two packs away. So like the pack that I just ripped, I think Dumbo's got 2 of them or something similar. Don't hold me to that. Terms and conditions do not apply. But I got 2. So I'm gonna get 2 names. And I need your like username, like your La Liga username or whatever it is.
Dapper username.
It's your Dapper username.
It's the exact same username. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah. Use the pound sign, people. All one word. Have you never done a YouTube thing before? Oh, I just realized I'm only sharing a tab. Hold on.
We're getting back.
Oh man, I forgot how to fucking do this. LG, he's waiting in the wings. He's just laughing. He's like, you fucking rookie over here. Doesn't know what he's doing. This fucking amateur hour. There we go. La Liga. That's what I'm looking for. And we've got 30 people here, so I'd expect like 15-ish entries, depending on who's actually listening and who doesn't have it in the background. So we'll give it. Hashtag
La Liga.
You know what I forgot?
You gotta play the music.
Oh shit!
You have it.
Cut to it.
You got it ready.
Subscribe and that bullshit. You might want some free shit. Give. Gonna give away. We're gonna give away some. Give. We're gonna give away. We're gonna give away some. It could be you. It could be you, babe. It's probably not. It's probably not. And if it is, oh, that would be so crazy. I smell a bot. I smell a bot.
Rigged. This shit is rigged. Rig job salad. Come on.
It's so much better now that your internet is fast.
Takes me
It's
back.
not lagging.
It could be you. It's probably not.
That was so dumb. It was so dumb. Oh man. All right, let's draw this bitch.
Cole Wallace.
Cole Wallace. Shoot me. Well, just shoot a note in the chat with your Top Shot user or your just like your Dapper username, and I'll write it down and I will send it to Dumbo.
That's
All
cool.
right,
I
we gotta
don't,
do it
Very
again.
nice.
I don't recognize the name, so I think we may have just onboarded someone new to La Liga, which is amazing.
Beautiful.
Big smoke.
Big smoke.
Big
Yeah,
underscore
great
smoke.
name, too.
There he is.
There we go. Big smoke. So I'm going to type this in my big smoke. And then, all right, let's try it again. One more time. Uno mas. That's my Spanish for you. Here we go. Here we go. Scooter Mac 23. Scooter Mac. Hit me with. Don't have any La Liga. Here we go. We brought someone in. This is what
amazing.
marketing efforts all about.
Net new. Look at this.
This is what it's all about, baby. I was actually on a and I'm gonna I'll tell the story in a minute. All right, so I need Scooter. I need your Top Shot username or your like Dapper username so we can get you a pack. And this is sick because now we have people with La Liga. Maybe I'll just, you know what, I'm gonna dedicate. I'll just be like the La Liga podcast. Like that's my new niche.
Just find that lane. Just
Carve it out.
Just find the lane. Just fucking ride
Wide open.
dude.
Wide open.
slide up in that.
Start doing some analysis on La Liga moments. We could just run it back.
Get really good
yeah.
at Spanish.
Just.
I know a guy that can help.
Yeah, I think we got somebody who could help.
No look 3. What's the LeBron James no look 3 equivalent on La Liga?
Huh. I don't know. I like the Iniesta one where he breaks the guy's ankles.
Literally.
Yeah. Like it's not about a goal, like some spectacular goal.
Yeah.
It's just breaking the ankles. Kind of like that one. I'm not sure there's something that comparable yet, though. Like, because the no look 3 is like a very cheap moment. By the way, I paid like
Now.
Yeah, now it is. I paid like $200. No, I may have paid $1,000 for that moment. I can't remember. It was a
you
lot.
probably paid
It was right
$1,000.
at
I think 1,000. Yeah.
I'm gonna when LG gets on, I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna be like, let's look at this. Let's talk about it.
I think I pulled. I think I pulled it in a. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Crypto Poppy, as always, it's a pleasure. It's a privilege, and it's all mine, man. It's so good to see you. We'll have to have you back on, talk Pirates of the Metaverse stuff, and
absolutely
talk
I
more.
missed you guys, man. I'm glad
you're
you
one
guys
of my
are back.
favorite people. Yeah.
Let's go.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I'm going to be at NFT NYC in April, but if you're there and I'm there, we should connect again.
All right. Well, yeah. Next time, let's talk Pirates. I'll bring you all up to speed on what's going on there because that's all we've been doing for a good year now.
Beautiful.
All right,
man.
Say hi to LG. I know you're jumping on now. Later, guys.
Yep. See you later.
See ya.
Does anyone want to guess the low ask of the LeBron no look 3?
$13.
God, it must be so low. I'm gonna say. What's the min count on the low look 3? Is it the 15K or 75?
15K.
How much?
15K.
15. I say $22.
Before we guess this,
I said 13.
Go ahead.
That's
13. I think it's 48. But before you reveal this, one of the first segments, if not the first segment that I ever did on the First Mint stream from the Plungeon was basically a rant on like how dumb everybody was for not buying that when it was $80 or $90. And like it was like a 2-minute rant. Like, what else are you going to buy on the platform? There's nothing else here. It's LeBron and it's LeBron and it's LeBron. Like, you're all idiots. And then I was right. I was fucking right. I've never been more right about something in my entire life because it ran to $2,000. And then it crashed.
And then
it plummeted.
That is so nuts. It's
Greg,
so hard
did
to
you guess?
believe.
4 billion new moments later.
I'll say $27.
Did you look? I mean, I looked. I'm the one that asked the question.
Yeah, it's his.
It's
his thing.
Either Greg's really good at this and still keeping tabs on Top Shot, or he cheated. But it's $27.
Wow. How many
recent
recent sales? Like how many sales in the recent couple months? Are there any?
Let's see here. 59 sales in the last 2 weeks.
Ooh. wow.
Pretty
He's popular.
liquid.
It's moving.
Pretty liquid.
Pretty
Might have to buy one.
Pretty liquid at $27. That's I hope there's somebody getting it now, but like I always wanted this, especially 2 years ago when it was $2,000. Now I can finally afford it.
Well, it's like
there's got to be at least one person.
There's like a 14-year-old out there. He's like, Mom wouldn't let me get it 2 years ago.
Look at me now.
Now it's
Yeah,
mine.
I've been saving my allowance
Oh my
since,
God.
and now I can buy 50 of them.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. LG Doucette, it
Yo,
is good to
what's
see
up?
you, my friend.
Yeah, good to see you guys. I like this. I'm glad you're back on the air. I'm glad you decided to do this. And like I was saying, like fill the void. It's like there's barely anybody that streams anymore except for probably for Team Hold, and Tandy, and I don't know. Do Dream and Weisberg still stream? They still have their thing going? I don't know if they still do. But
funny enough, I haven't directly corresponded, but I've been seeing a lot of Discord messages. I think we're supposed to be doing some playback thing for the Grizzlies and Dubs game tomorrow. But like
cool.
I hadn't spoken to any of them directly in a while, but
nice.
you know, the two Grizz captains or whatever, we're in on a little chat.
Cool.
We'll see what Dream's up to.
Nice. No, Plunge. I'm glad you guys are doing this again. Are you going to do it every week, you think?
Fuck it. Why not? I'm gonna do it every day.
I didn't mean that as a dare.
Yeah,
Like,
he's literally got nothing else to do.
Yeah, I didn't mean that as like you have to or like I dare you to do it. I'm just curious if you're thinking that. I mean, it's literally you're like an hour into being back on the air, so you don't have to commit to anything.
First he's got to get premium StreamYard, get this damn duck off the top corner.
Killing me.
Baby steps here, baby steps.
I was before you jumped on, Chugs, I was telling Taylor and Greg that like I went to go because there was like a 5-minute intro like loop that we had that was like a very sick thing that Caruso put together. It's just gone out of the StreamYard. I can't use the background banner anymore because I don't pay for premium. Like there's all these things. I was like, oh shit, I can't do any of this anymore. I had it all set up and configured. But to answer your question, like, I don't know, probably like if people are listening, you know, why not? I enjoy doing it, and the question I have is like, I don't know how useful me talking about just dumb shit is because I'm not super in the weeds on anything right now. And I don't have any like immediate plans to be in the weeds. But you know, I'm kind of enjoying rediscovering certain things, and maybe that's the angle.
This could be a good platform for it, right? I think we're like at a point right now, at least for me personally, of like reinvention. It's kind of like, listen, like what we had, you know, our kind of corner of the space, I would say that, you know, you were a big part of when you stopped streaming and took the work at Coinbase. Like that to me is like, that's still there, but it's ripe for like, what are we kind of all doing next, right? And I feel like a lot of the space feels that way. And for me, even this year, I'm like, okay, like I'm kind of like really broadening the scope of what kind of content I want to make, right? And I feel like content can be a really transformative experience because it helps you learn about new stuff, right? So I feel like you'd have a really great platform for that if you're kind of looking to dive back into the space and see what's out there, or even just kind of what tickles your fancy, even if it's not NFT related. I feel like people like you guys, and you know, kind of want to follow whatever you're into. So I definitely encourage it.
Well, I appreciate it, man. And speaking of content stuff and reinventing yourself, the podcast is fucking kicking ass.
You think
I don't
so?
know if the numbers back it up, but like I have seriously enjoyed the last handful of episodes. And that's not just me being nice because you're on the stream. I'd tell you if it sucked, but the last handful have been very good. And I think, I don't know if you would agree, number one, and number two, if you think that's because or anything has to, like the people that you're talking to just fucking get it. I mean, like there's a difference between that, like people that are here and like they've been here a while and like they're conversational, but then there's people that fucking get it. And like, I feel like the last, I don't know, maybe not 100% of them, but like the last 5 or 10, like everybody you've talked to fucking gets it.
Yeah.
I don't know if you agree.
Yeah, I'd say, I mean, I've definitely been, I've never not a bad guest, I would say, but it's like, think I've definitely connected well, I would say, with some of the recent guests. Like Tropo was so funny and so chill and such like a I just wondering. I was honestly wondering, I was like, what is Tropo like? Because I've only ever seen him online. He was kind of a dick back in the day. So it's like to have him be pretty candid was good. The So Rare guy was awesome. And he kind of like has like a penchant for like trolling dapper people like a little bit and kind of like being a little arrogant about it, which I really enjoy. I think it's hilarious. Like when he wrote a tweet and then deleted it a couple months back saying that something about like Top Shot people's bags and still like people from Top Shot with their bags or something like that. And you know, I even asked him on the show when he came on, I was like, hey, so like all these people, like, what do you say to them? Why should they come try So Rare? And he was like, why? Or I was like, what do you say to people who are resistant? He's like, why are they resistant? You know, just kind of like whatever, you know, knows his thing is good. So, you know, I really like that. And next week I have that guy. You've probably seen him on Twitter a lot. Eric Whiteback. Like he goes collectibles guru. He's been posting a lot of like video game content. He posts about like weird collectible signatures and stuff like that. And that show, man, I was so like invigorated after that because that guy really opened my eyes to like all the other really weird shit that there's a market for. And you guys will enjoy this where I think I teased it in the intro, but he tells me about like the market for ticket stubs from like actual events because we start talking about NFT tickets and stuff, right? And I'm like, tell me about the market for ticket stubs. And he's like, well, you know, like more old obscure events, of course, like Pele's last game. Like, yeah, that's a ticket stub. Maybe only a few of them even exist. And he's like, I want to get a ticket stub from like the Titanic, you know, like that's like a holy grail that like no one even has, but there might be one. And then he told me about how he wants to get a ticket stub from the Cincinnati Zoo the day that Harambe got shot at the zoo. It was like the most hilarious. I was like, that is a significant stub to get, but like there's currently no market, like it doesn't exist, but he wants to try and get one. And people have spoken to like the zoo trainers there and tried to get their like badges. Like,
I was gonna say, do they even have physical tickets to zoos anymore? Like,
I don't know.
I mean, that wasn't that long
like
ago.
10 years ago, right? So anyways, yeah, so it just like really opened my eyes. I was like, cool, okay, I kind of like the idea of like all this other kind of stuff that's out there in that realm. And yeah, so it's been good vibing with the people lately. Yeah, so thanks. I'm glad you enjoyed them.
Yeah. And I haven't dived into So Rare at all, like in any meaningful level of detail, but so many people I know are talking about it. So I'm curious. Like I listened to the pod obviously, but and I watched Team Hold and Zakarian super into it. And like it feels like Top Shot got caught between being a collectible and being So Rare. And like and they're trying to figure out which they are, and like there's just so much fucking baggage like to figure out how to go forward. But I don't have the baggage. Like, and I think a big part of it is not because I made smart trading decisions, LOL, but because like I was doing content around it and like talking to people about it, and like I have shared history with people on it, and it wasn't just a financial thing for me. And as a result, like, you know, I didn't overextend myself, and I wasn't like, this is going to be the thing forever. Like sort of, you know, I don't know. I feel like there's people that drink in excess and like have different experiences with alcohol that people like enjoy a cocktail. Like that's the way I look at some of this stuff too.
So
like,
wait, which one are you?
Yeah.
Are you saying you drank Top Shot in excess?
No, I'm saying like it's fun to get fucked up when you're in college, but like sometimes you gotta be an adult. And like if you stay up with the boys at late night, you gotta get up with the men in the morning. Like there's like elements of all this.
Grow up, Peter Pan.
Oh,
what do you do?
Chocula.
You've never heard that? Yeah, you want to burn it at both ends. Like you better be able to wake up and do business.
I get it.
I'm just.
I get it.
But yeah,
what I will say about the So Rare Dapper debate is that like to me So Rare is like, okay, cool. Like what should fantasy sports evolve into in blockchain? Like that's basically it. It's just like pick your players, and then when you want to sell them, freaking sell them. And if you paid a couple bucks for some good dark horse players who get really good and are worth a lot, then good for you, right? So you can bank on that. But also that So Rare, like talking to that guy, like the idea for So Rare is exactly what the product is. Like they've only ever set out to build what they have, which was like a fantasy sports blockchain platform. With Dapper, it's like Roham is incredibly ambitious. Like they have all this stuff they're trying to do all at the same time. So it's really hard to staff for that. And they're trying to build a whole blockchain, right? And onboard all these projects and have this fund and all this kind of shit. So it's like, it's a little bit different, right? In the sense that So Rare, everybody at So Rare is only focused on building exactly So Rare. Whereas like people Dapper and everything, it's like, yes, the people working on Top Shot are focused on Top Shot, but they don't get the full attention of leadership. Right. So that's where it's a, you know, I think you can kind of feel that sometimes, right? Where it doesn't get the full billing that it deserves. So, yeah, I don't know. I think it's harder to say one's better than the other. I just think one is a little bit more purposeful than the other, and more complete. You know, like So Rare is like it's just a normal thing you can complete. There's no like, I don't think the community is like really begging and waiting and like, you know, standing there tapping their foot and be like, a year and a half ago in Spaces, this or in a, you know, office hours, this person that said this, is this ever going to happen? Like there's no vibe like that in So Rare because it's there, you know. So
right.
But I enjoy it. If you're it's a great enhancement for sports. I've been looking at some of the MLB stuff a lot lately because they kind of had like a half season for last year and only put out a bit of supply. So, and they have like actual team sets already, like a really nice aesthetic on the website where you can collect them. So, starting to think already about when they're going to start putting out supply for the next season of MLB and playing some of
that. They had like the soccer stuff early, right? Like 18 or 19, right?
Yes. Yeah. They got those licenses pretty early. I don't know which leagues they had first. I don't think it was like immediately, like they still don't have EPL. Like they just got the license to EPL last year. But they don't have it. They don't have it integrated yet. I don't think,
that'd be big.
But I think they will soon. And then there was also, as part of that deal, Dapper also got like the video collectibles license for EPL, or that was rumored and not yet. The deal's not done, but they're like on the docket for it. So, yeah. So
I will say this about in thinking about and talking about NFT space, you know, macro micro shit. Dapper fucking kicked ass at onboarding when like that all happened. The abstracting away the fact, and to this day, like it's been 2 years almost. It's been like last week, 2 years ago was when I bought my first Top Shot moment. Abstracting away the fact that you're using crypto is like a genius fucking thing. It created a big fucking problem with locking, you know, your value onto the site because there wasn't an off ramp for 45 days because of the KYT shit. But like abstracting away the fact that crypto is even being used on the platform in the form of USDC, like that's huge. And that type of dynamic, I'm actually talking with Circle. That's a potential job opportunity for me. Circle like releases USDC, like that USDC as an unlock for digital assets that are not on Ethereum or not necessarily, or that could be on Ethereum because USDC is in the ERC20. Like that is fucking huge for consumer applications that have broad impact or broad like to addressable market. The next things I think that are going to be massive are things that look a lot like Top Shot. Not necessarily like in the same, you know, collectible digital sports cards, but like large addressable market with established IP or, you know, real life corollary cards to, you know, moments, whatever those things are, abstracting away the crypto aspect of it. And like generally speaking, like a cool application, and really to Greg's point earlier, like the sick design. Like it was really great, and people loved ripping packs, and people loved the moments and the way that they were designed, and it felt cool, right? Crypto shit isn't cool always. Like a lot of it's really fucking nerdy and boring and all of those other things, but like the cool shit is gonna like cool shit that you don't even know is crypto is gonna be, I think, a huge unlock for things that will have like broad impact moving forward, whatever they are, whether or not they're collectibles or otherwise. At least
do you think any of the Dapper products can onboard more people than they have right now?
So of the four, like just, hey,
I just mean, do you think that the current format, like the product as is for any of them, because they're all very similar, like do you think, you know, because I'm just thinking like All Day did the bracelets at the Rams game, and Everyone's starting to make real marketing efforts now. But do you think that can actually catch on?
Yeah, I think the unlock stuff of like, what is this unlock, right? What does it get me? The utility hashtag utility, like that, the stuff that you don't even realize that you're using until you're using it, or that you can use it, like matters in a meaningful way. I think the passive collecting too. And Greg, you might have mentioned this earlier. Someone mentioned it. Like, you don't even realize that you're involved or engaged with it, but like you just happen to start, gathering these things from activity. Like, oh, you bought an NBA ticket on the NBA app. Guess what? You've got an NFT now. Like, oh, you attended this. Cool. You got an NFT now. As long as we have like singular identity stuff, and for the most part, most of those things, like you have a singular email and like they're tied to who you are as a person. Like those things, there can be an ecosystem of this stuff that your wallet is your passport, independent of whether or not it's on a single platform or otherwise. The problem with that, and the really challenging part of all of that, is that it's really platformatized. Like, and I'm pumped about Floaty. That news dropped today that Floaty is going to have a marketplace. If anybody didn't see this, at about 2:00 today, I'll drop. If someone has a tweet, can they drop it? But they're going to have like another marketplace for flow-based assets, including Top Shot, that you can utilize.
That will not honor the royalties.
That will not honor the royalties, right?
That's
but we
right.
think we know it's only like
we think, yeah, but I mean, yeah. So you won't pay that 5% when you sell something,
right? And I assume, I haven't gone through the mechanics of doing that yet, but I assume you have to like extract it using that process to get it to your BlockFi wallet, and then get it on that.
No, it integrates with Dapper Wallet.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, you can use Dapper Balance.
Oh.
Yeah, which is even beyond, I think, what you can do on Gaia, because Gaia you have to use Flow, I think, to buy Top Shot.
Right. That's okay.
Yeah.
So this is good. This is good context. Look who's here. Steph Pseudo's fucking here. I haven't seen that name in a long ass time. DM me. I'll shoot you a link. But on that note, like the platformatized pieces though, like NBA Top Shot has that marketplace, has the liquidity. And it's cool that you could take it with you, and it's not tied, it's not centralized, but like the centralized entities are providing the experience that people want, right? The ease of use and all of those things. That goes away, but it takes a lot of time, right? So we're seeing that with like ETH-based NFTs on, Blur, or any of these other protocols that are like allowing for more, things to go. But it's taken a long time for that to happen. If you think of like the first NFT platform for ETH-based NFTs, OpenSea, launched in 2018, and it took until 2022 until there was a meaningful competitor to it, right? 4 years of underlying tech stack development that needed to happen in order for this to like proliferate in a meaningful way. And that is going to happen for some of these like more closed ecosystem things. Like, even if you can abstract it away, like it takes a lot of tech infrastructure and like underlying stack to make that happen. And the ease of use matters more than anything for like large consumer applications. Like it can't be hard to do, or else people aren't going to use it at scale, at least in my opinion.
So. I agree, but man, Plunge, listen to you talk, man. The way you talk about this stuff, you've learned so much. Talk about tech stacks and all that kind of shit, man. You've changed. I don't know if it's good or bad, but you're just like it's smart, and
something like
I don't know, man. We need you don't forget to balance it. You're making your content, man.
I know.
You're like smart industry insider now.
No, I gotta be careful, man. I don't want to get the Illuminati coming after me. They can give away all the secrets.
I got to run, but you were talking about whatever, getting wasted in college or whatever. I have a photo that you shared a really long time ago that I don't even think was public. I think you shared it back in the Discord way back. So the three of you other guys definitely remember those days. We had the secret Discord. And I saved it, and it's like saved in this like the downloads folder of my computer. And I just like every time when you download something on your Mac and it puts it like boom, like automatically goes in your downloads folder, I go to look for my new file, and then I see this photo. And I have no context for what it is. I just assume it's from like freshman year of college. just plunge. So here we go. Just give me let me screen share. You pull it up.
Oh
There it
yes,
is.
That hair.
That's it's actually coming back. I've got
That's some lettuce coming in.
Teased it out.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh.
Salad. Who said
Should
salad?
no haircut until you land your next job. Just let it run.
That's a great idea.
You're doing
I
a bunch
like
of
that.
Zoom calls and interviews anyways, so I mean, it's not like you gotta. It's not like you gotta be trimmed up for it.
Oh, I love that. That's so good. I gotta run, but Plunge, welcome back to the air, guys. Great to chat with you again. And yeah, I expect huge things from the Plunge in this year.
Love it.
we'll see, man.
No.
See you around.
See ya.
No pressure.
Oh, gee.
Removed from the stream. Get out of
The
here.
original Sherpa. What a pleasure.
The Sherpa. Oh man, I think it was probably like exactly 2 years ago that I DM'd him.
Yeah,
Wow.
it probably would have been something like that unless it was February.
Steph, DM me on Twitter. I'm gonna send you the link because I want to talk to you. And I think Taylor, you and Chuck's got to go, right?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah, I
jump in
gotta
a couple
go.
minutes. But you got
I'm gonna
a
have to
baby
run here
duty,
then,
I
too, but-
presume.
Yeah, my baby shift starts in 3 minutes. So
There you go.
Babies don't need to
You just sit there in the side and just
pseudo.
sleep the whole time.
console a crying baby.
Well, before I run out, I'm gonna just run through the 10 Best Picture nominees, and y'all just tell me if you saw any of these.
Okay.
All right. First on the list, Top Gun Maverick.
Yes.
All saw
Awesome.
it. Next
Great
movie, Women Talking. No
No,
fucking clue
No.
what that is. Everything.
interested. but-
Yeah.
Frances McDormand is the lead on that one. The next
Okay,
one,
she's awesome.
Everything Everywhere All at Once. I've heard a lot about this. Have not
Chaos.
seen it.
Chaos.
All I know is
It's
hold
an
on to
hour
your
too long.
hold on to your potatoes, Dr. Jones. He is back and won a Golden Globe for supporting actor. That's all I know about this. So
Correct.
that one.
It's a great movie that has like some crazy turns in it. It's an hour too long.
Okay. Banshees of Inisherin. It's kind of a follow up to In
Yeah,
Bruges. Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson. Supposed deadpan comedy. Anybody seen it?
Seen it?
Haven't.
It's fine.
All right.
Top
The
10
trailer.
nominee,
I feel like you watch the trailer and you get enough of the little quips and punchlines, and you're like, okay.
It's a
yeah,
period
this is
piece.
going. Next
If you're
one.
into that.
Triangle of Sadness. I don't know if I
Nope,
would choose to
no.
watch this unless it's about like the Bermuda Triangle or something. The Fabelmans Spielberg movie.
Also
Anybody?
excellent.
All
I
right.
liked that one. I think that it's not going to win, I don't think, but like it was.
It's nominated for a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
All
Movies
Quiet-
about movies tend to happen like
Yeah, right.
know.
La La Land, stuff like that.
Yeah,
or
yeah.
About showbiz. All Quiet on the Western Front. I saw that a while back. It's German. It's a World War I flick, real moody. I enjoyed it.
Is
It's
it
kind of
just
like
a recreation of the
1917.
movie or the book?
Yes.
Is that a
yes.
Netflix drop?
Yeah, it was Netflix. It's a Netflix movie. It's German. It's like all German. Like I said, it's very like moody, atmospheric, whatever. Like the whole thing is kind of its own vibe and reminds you how brutal World War I actually was.
I didn't know Netflix could get nominated for Academy Award, or if they've like crossed that, they've bridged that gap and they're cool with it now.
Didn't they win like 2 years ago?
TV had Coda. Well, Apple TV had Coda, and that won
That's
Best
true.
Picture
Well, no.
last year, which a lot of people kind of put an asterisk on it and are like, really, that was the Best Picture? But
It was.
I thought it was good. I can't
Coda
remember
was
what
dope.
else it went against. I thought Coda was very good. So there's that. All Quiet on the Western Front. I don't think it'd ever win Best Picture. I think it could get some like Best Sound or Best Score kind of stuff maybe, because I really remember like feeling transported while watching it. The next one, Avatar: Way of Water. I did not go see this, and I do not care to go see this.
No interest.
I just don't get it with Avatar.
What don't you get?
Did you see the first one though?
Yeah, I just don't get it.
What
It's
do you
just-
not get?
It's just
I'm
like
with
a,
you.
it's just like a big fantasy, like fake.
I don't care
world,
about
like
CG
Yes,
special effects.
that's exactly
Yeah.
what it is.
like
Look at
just
that.
these like CGI'd blue people. Like I'm just not. I don't know. I'm just not with it. I don't know.
What is wrong with
The spectacle
you? You don't
is-
want to go live in another world for 3 hours?
Chugs, it's fine. He
This
hates
is what we're
White,
doing
He hates
right
White
now.
Lotus. We're clearly have different tastes. Okay.
Yeah. Plunge hates White
We
Lotus.
like White Lotus. We
White
hate
Lotus
Avatar.
sucks.
Okay.
That's one of
Respectfully
White Lotus
disagree.
sucks.
White
There's a good
Lotus
By the way, I
is
finished
incredible.
By the way, I finished it, and it sucked. It was
The first one or
stupid.
the second one?
The first season, it was stupid.
The second one is significantly
so
better.
dumb. So dumb.
Anyway, so Avatar: Way of Water. I can't imagine this is getting Best Picture, but
No way.
it's on there. Elvis. I didn't see it. I personally have heard that it's kind of lame, honestly.
I liked it.
Like it's it's typical biopic, but like we've seen that movie before.
Is that what that's called?
Biopic?
Isn't that what it is? Biopic.
Biopic.
Whatever.
Like a
biopic.
biography picture.
It's a myopic biopic, though. We already saw the dude win for Freddie Mercury for Bohemian Rhapsody. We already saw Jamie Foxx get Ray. So I guess this guy won the Golden Globe for Best Actor.
He was awesome.
Yeah,
he was fucking good, dude. It was a really good
He looks
movie.
the part for sure.
Wait,
I'll have to fire it up eventually. I just every time I see that the
I'll
Elvis
watch
movie,
S2 Swig. I was gonna stop after S1. Anyway, we'll talk about
S2. S2's in Italy, so it's a much better. It's in Sicily. You'll dig that.
Swig, I'll give you my White Lotus thesis here in a minute, but
okay. And the last movie. Did any of y'all see Tar? I'm actually intrigued by this one.
No, I didn't see it yet. It's on my list.
Yeah, the Kate Blanchett. Yeah, you're 1 for 10.
1 for 10.
I think I'm 2 for 10 for me. So
you know what? Does that make me? Was it 3?
You saw
3 or
several.
4?
You saw Top Gun, Everything Everywhere, Banshees,
Avatar.
Did you see All Quiet?
No.
Okay, that's on Netflix. You can fire that up. You saw Elvis. You saw Avatar. So that's 5.
When are you watching these? When are you just carving out 3 hours?
I went to Avatar on my own.
Okay.
I told my wife, I was like, I need to go see this in theaters. I'll see you later. And I went and I was like transported. I didn't look at my phone for 3 fucking hours. And
that was like me with Nope. But
yeah, it was sick, dude. It was an hour too long. I think that's the
the baseline review.
Yeah,
hour too
right.
long.
Like my baseline run is if it's a 3 hour and 15-minute movie, like, can you condense it? Like, but in particular, the last like battle sequence, the whole 45 minutes or an hour of it is just like the most incredible thing that I've ever seen. It's wild.
Is it underwater though?
A lot of it is. But
so it's spectacle. Spectacle is a 10 out of 10, I would imagine.
Oh yeah. And I don't like. I was nervous about it going into it because I don't like 3D. I think the vast 98% of 3D movies, I just like this didn't add anything to it.
Jackass 3D, the only one. It was incredible.
Yeah. But in this case, I think the technology, and because they filmed it in 3D and like the way that they're so particular about it, it like came across and presented well in 3D. I think the tech and the filming has just gotten a lot better in the last 10 or 15 years or whatever it is. But I like purposefully don't watch 3D movies in the theaters. Like I will wait until they're on the standard screens and then go see them. Cause I don't like that feeling of like what's it called when you like look the image puzzles where you like look past it. And
magic eye.
Yeah.
Magic
I don't
eye.
like that. And it just doesn't do it for me.
Makes you cross your eyes a little bit.
You guys got to leave though. You're 5 minutes overdue. I don't want you to get in trouble, Taylor.
It's all good.
Chugs, we'll do this again. Maybe next week. We'll find out.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm probably just gonna be home on Tuesday. So
fuck it. Let's do it. We'll pencil it in for your calendar on Tuesday. Tentative clawback. But
Taylor, good luck tomorrow.
Oh, the Warriors Grizz. I was like,
no Steven Adams. It shouldn't matter.
Hey.
Good luck. Good luck tomorrow.
Steph got a new haircut, so Dubs have a chance.
Swiggy,
Drizzo, you won.
Swig, do you want to get on and explain to me why White Lotus is good?
I might actually have to linger for this one.
Nah, I would love to stay. I'll watch the recording.
I want to argue with Swiggy.
You need to get into S2, and then we'll have more debate while you're
next week
hate watching it.
I haven't seen it.
Okay.
So, Plunge, if you're going to talk White Lotus, I might hop because otherwise I'll just be sitting here.
It's to be a monologue about White Lotus.
Just a monologue.
I kind of do want to watch it. So,
Cool.
90
Well,
minutes in.
We don't need that. We probably don't need that. I need to watch S2. Yeah. Okay. Let me Swig. I'll send you the link, and then I'll argue with Swicky, and then you guys can all leave.
Swick is right. You have to watch it. But anyway,
I gotta bounce.
All right. Later.
See you guys later.
See you guys.
yeah.
All right, buddy.
I'll catch you
Are you
later.
sticking around? All right.
If you're going to talk
Later.
White Lotus, I'm going to leave.
Okay. Yeah. Get out of here.
Okay.
Go.
Bye.
All right. It's now just me. Can I keep people 25 people watching on my own? The answer is probably no. Which is why I need Swicky. DM me. Where is Swicky? Swig. Here is the link. Create DM. Peter, you can come on too if you want. I can discuss it. I want you to tell me why S2 is worth wading through the fucking shit that S1 was. And I want you to come on here and make the argument for S2 without giving a spoiler away. Steph, yes, you can come on. I sent you the link too. I will gladly watch the remainder of it if you make a compelling argument for why S2 is worth watching after the shitstorm that I watched in S1. I can't just trust you. I need an argument. You gotta brush your hair. Just wear a hat, like me. Well, in the meantime, until Sweetie brushes her hair, let's do a little AMA. Ask me anything. I won't answer anything necessarily, but ask me anything. What questions we got? The people. I locked on my moment, so I'm paralyzed. That was your bad. I didn't lock any moments. I was not about that life. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow, let alone a year from now. There's no way that I could have made a commitment like that. Other questions. What's your new job? If I had one, I would tell you. I don't have one yet. I'm still unemployed. Still unemployed. Did you get neon balloons? No, I didn't get neon balloons. All right, this AMA has been brought to you powered by StreamYard. And now, Swicky, are you ready? Can you give me a thumbs up when you're good to go? Swick. It's so good to see you. Here, I like this better. Okay.
Hold on. My studio is a mess. I'm a mess.
I don't care.
I'm actually working
You're not
right
a mess.
now. I did not do my hair. I just put it up.
This is
so
wonderful. This is what the
it
people
is
are
what
here
it
for.
is.
It's raw. It's uncut. It's unedited. Okay. Can I give you? So try and forget that S2 exists.
Okay.
Can you do that for me? All right.
Yeah.
Why should I watch S2 if S1 is my only context?
I understand where you're coming from. I had this same conversation, I think, a couple of times with other people. In fact, I watched it over again with Peter, and I think Peter would agree. He is also not into season 1, but he agrees that season 2 is top notch. I know that like you feel like you waded through a bunch of shit for like, I don't know, some people feel like no reason. I don't personally feel that way about season 1. Like I actually enjoyed it for what it was. But I think season 2 is just like, it's so fucking good. Like I don't think that anybody who has watched season 2 has said to me that it sucks. Like I've not heard one person tell me that who's watched it.
Okay.
Because
So am
I feel like
am I justified
season 1 was
in my
like
hatred of S1?
I think that season 1 was like, you know, a particular like flavor. And I think that a lot of times like season, you know, like sophomore like series, like it usually doesn't work, right? So a lot of people assume, well, if season 1 sucked, then I'm definitely not watching season 2. But I think that you should just give it a shot. That's what I think.
Yeah. Oh, Top Shot. That's what we're talking about. Top Shot. S1 sucked, but S2. Okay. So can I tell you what I hated about S1, and you tell me if I'm still gonna hate it about S2.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't like rich white people misery porn.
Okay.
Am I gonna like S2?
Yes.
Okay, because it's not about rich white people misery porn.
Well, I think that there are a lot of like thematic, like universal themes going on, right, for both seasons. But I feel like season 2 was just much more developed, and like the characters were much more developed than season 1. I didn't mind season 1, but I do understand the criticism for it. So it's not like it's completely unwarranted. I just think, like there's a lot of cool stuff going on in season 2 that season 1 did not have. And I just feel like you would really be missing out if you didn't watch it.
Okay. Is it, if I don't know anything about season 2, is it like True Detective in that there's like distinct, oh, hey, here's this thing. It's like roughly speaking about the same stuff, but it's totally different characters?
Kind of, but I mean, like, I don't really want to give anything away. And by the way, I think True Detective is like a masterpiece. Is like one of the
I agree.
Series
except for the
masterpieces
season with
of all
Colin Farrell. That one sucked.
Yeah, it did. It did. But like I don't even remember which season is which now. First season, I was like, this is the best
Matthew
series I've seen
McConaughey,
in
Woody
a while.
Harrelson.
Yeah. Right. And then the second one I really liked too. So yeah, just that it was unwatchable. And well, this is weird.
Are you guys in the same house right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, just for the record, I don't go on anything.
He's never
ever.
gone on.
I feel very privileged and special, to be quite honest with you all.
I just want you to know that I went on for your last show, and then now I'm on for your first show. So I feel honored and I feel special now, and I can say something others can't.
Okay. You can. You're one of the few, the proud, the not many. There's not many at all.
But yeah, we're in the same house. But what were you saying? What were you guys saying? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. But go ahead.
No, Suki was telling me just about like the different. So I was making is this the same as True Detective? In that there's like different shows, same thematic concepts, but like different characters, different locales, different. Like if I know nothing about S2, I don't really know anything about S2.
Actually, if you know nothing, well, actually, if you could almost kind of say watch S2 without even watching S1. I would say it's that different, but at the same time, I think they're addressing two different things, though. But I don't know how much you don't want to know, so I'm going to stop there.
I wouldn't tell him anything because then, like, that was the fun part about watching. Like you don't know anything. What's going on?
Because S1, there wasn't any of that. I didn't think that any of the twists in S1 were like particularly fun or exciting or interesting. It was just rich white people being fucking miserable. And it was like none of them were fun. Like, oh yeah, maybe Armand in like a couple scenes like had some like whimsical interest, but everybody else fucking sucks in that show. It was like Breaking Bad, except there wasn't as compelling of a plot line. Like everybody sucks in Breaking Bad. I fucking hate Skylar White. But like at least there's a compelling plot line. I didn't feel that way with S1. Everybody sucks, and I didn't like the story.
I understand, and I think also because it was like really heady. Like, for example, like Peter and I, sometimes we just some evenings go off on tangents about like what we've watched for like hours, and we're like, like still the brown people lost, like in that show, So it's dealing with like really like, layered stuff that like doesn't seem like it has a plot, but it's just kind of like reaffirming like the ways of life, right? And so I think also like because I watched like a behind the scenes with the creator, who by the way was like on Survivor, like had all these like super limited credits, and he just like worked his way up to being a creator, which I think is amazing because he did it over like 15 or 20 years. It wasn't like he was on a TV show and then like hit overnight, right? He pretty much created this show, and it was just like somebody was betting on him. So I feel like he didn't really have like the framework to really like push out a really intensely good product. But season 2, I feel like it's just like so like wrapped up. Like it's really satisfying to watch. So I think you should watch it.
I got a question for you, Plunge. Did you feel like you didn't give a shit about anybody in season 1?
They all sucked. They're all the fucking worst. I didn't want any of them to win. I wanted everyone to lose.
I think that's a point.
I think that's the point. Yeah, like I just want you to know after the show, and I marathoned it too, not knowing what to expect, right? Like I marathoned the entire season 1. I finished the show and I was steaming. I was pissed.
I'm fucking mad.
And I was like, I hate everybody who created this show. I was ready to just be like, that was pointless. I looked at her, I was like, you took a whole day of my life away from me. And I was genuinely upset. And then I took a step back and I looked at it like from, and this happened before, right? Like, so we do this to each other. She makes me watch something, I feel something and I'm pissed. And then she's like, that's the point. I'm like, oh, okay. But like, she didn't prepare me for it. Yeah.
And then it gets back at me.
Can I just be mad at how dumb it was? Like, that's the point, is that I was supposed to be mad at how stupid and fucking wasteful it was?
Okay. All right. So tell me, so like, what about like the character, which was your least favorite character?
God, that's a tough question. They're all fucking sucked.
I think
the easy answer is the dude that got married to the journalist woman, because he's like the biggest hyper douche of all time and like is just a fucking jackass. I think my least, like, the character I hated the most though was the daughter, Sydney Sweeney's character. I also don't think she's attractive. I think she looks like an alien. So that's part of this.
CST and I have had this argument. I keep saying I don't find her attractive, and CST's like, she is attractive, and so I just don't understand that either. But
if you cover this part of her face, she's attractive.
Like just this part.
I'm not here to like knock on her looks or anything. I'm just saying, like, no, I think she's a divisive. Like she's like. Ideal. Yeah, she's an either or for the audience. Like,
oh yeah, and I get that. Yeah. But she's fucking insufferable.
I feel like
I also hated her dad. I hated that dude.
I feel like we should like. I feel like we should bring CST on here just to like defend his honor or something like that. Come on up, CST.
Yeah, CFT, you're welcome to come on up. Send him the link.
I mean, God. So I walked away from the first season, and I was like, I hate everybody. I hate everybody except the son, like the young son, the one that ends up, or meets people and starts. I can't say anything. I don't know which one of these guys.
Cultural train, you mean? Just kidding.
Hey, you got to start somewhere.
No, we're losing your.
I don't care,
audience.
dude. I'm gonna drive this motherfucker into the ground. I'd rather talk to you guys about this. Okay, so who was your least favorite character?
Oof. Yeah, I hated so many people after I watched that show. I think that the douchebag's he's an easy choice. Oh my gosh, the daughter. I had a lot to say definitely the daughter. Definitely the daughter.
She sucks.
Yeah, the daughter sucks the most.
Fucking worst.
Yeah, she's the worst.
She sucks because she's malicious. And Shane, the bro, like I was telling Peter, like he sucks. No, but see, like he sucks, but like he still like does and like loves his wife. Well, you know what? I can't talk about it because maybe people here have not.
All right, you know what? Spoiler alert, let's just talk about it, guys, because I feel like this is going to be therapy, and I don't agree with what you're saying, because it's almost saying like he could be whatever he wants so long as he didn't cheat on her, right? Like,
I didn't say
that's the only thing that he didn't do, though.
I didn't say that. He still sucks. They all suck. But I feel like he sucks less than, like, for example, Sydney Sweeney. Sydney Sweeney sucks because she's actively, like, trying to take stuff from, like, people all the time. And she's just like, I don't know. I know girls like that, I guess. So it's like I know what that is. Like it sucks. The mom is also fucking horrible. I almost feel like she's almost the worst one.
What?
She's just aloof.
Yeah, she sucks. She sucks.
Wait. The mom, the successful CEO,
Yeah,
the one that's carrying the load for like the entire family and just trying to make it and got cheated on. You think she sucks?
Oh my God. If that's all you got from her, you need to watch it again.
I mean, we're here to talk about it, right?
Yes. Like her
What should we have
whole
gotten from her?
Oh my God. Okay, you know what? I'm not going to say all the stuff that we said in our private conversations, but I will say that everything that a dangerous person in our society embodies is her. Because she's got all of the physical as well as like career, as she's just like the full embodiment of like the most dangerous person in the world, because she could say whatever and people will listen to her. And did you listen to what she said, Peter, or you just were like tuning out because she was so super racist?
Yeah, no, I'm not excusing anybody.
I think both the handful of dinner scenes that they had where they were like sort of like talking about race and like disenfranchisement almost like from like this pseudo educational perspective that like is just like kind of fucking racist to this person that's like brown. Like it was like so cringy. It's like, you know, just
and then to say like the boy, like I feel for the boys, like the white boys. I'm just like, what? Like, are you talking about? And it's just really hard for me to watch that because it's like so fucking. And the way she says it, like, is so like, well, I'm being completely logical. Like everything that I'm saying is true because I'm saying it in this way. And you're just like, no, bitch, no.
You see, this is so this is what I would imagine this is what season 1 was supposed to do to people, right? It was supposed to like just drown you in that shit that they're showing you, and it's like a different structure or infrastructure or whatever that you're trying to, that people live day in, day out. But also I think they did it in Hawaii where like that's an actual problem, right? Like where there's colonizers going there where they treat them like they're just the help constantly because, you know, they do work for the hotel, right? But like they're dehumanized. So I think they were trying to address something, but I agree with Plungeon that like that was a lot of that was unnecessary, man. It was like they just kept kicking me in the head over and over again, and then like my stomach after that. So I don't know.
I didn't enjoy it. Like I didn't enjoy any of it. I mean, it maybe Swiggy, it sounds like you're saying this is the visual equivalent of reading like Fahrenheit 451 or like you know, like 1984. We're like, oh, you're supposed to learn something. Like, no, I'm fucking reading I'm reading fiction. I want to enjoy it. I don't want to read this fucking treatise on how awful the upper middle class or like the upper class of white people are. Like, and every one of them is shitty. Like, it just wasn't enjoyable to me at all. Yeah, I feel viscerally that I fucking hated it, and I almost couldn't finish it. I like stopped in season 4 or episode 4, and literally the only reason I finished it was because Chugs and Taylor and Greg were making fun of me, and they were like, "S2's awesome," and I was like, "Fuck, I gotta finish this thing. I don't want to finish this thing." It's like, fuck, it was awful. I fucking hated it.
Wait, so you finished it?
Yeah, I had to finish it.
I think if Swiggy wasn't watching it with me, I would have stopped. I'm pretty sure I would have stopped.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like 4 episodes in, and I was like, okay, what are we doing here? Like, oh yeah, and then so they were like, don't you remember the first scene in the airport where there's a box and like someone's getting loaded onto the plane? Don't you want to know who dies? And I'm like, no, I want all of them to die. They fucking suck. Like, I don't care who dies. And then it was so anticlimactic. Like the one that died, like who fucking cares? Like, why is that person even leaving the island?
Yeah, why is he leaving Hawaii?
Anyway, that's beside the point. So,
but Peter, don't you think you should watch season 2?
I do think you should watch season 2 because that feeling you have right now, it'll wash it away.
For the
Like
record, Swicky, I didn't need Peter to tell me to watch season 2 in order for me to actually watch season 2. I would have watched it on your recommendation alone.
Well, I only asked that because he also didn't like season 1, and I said I'm fine with season 1, but like I just wanted someone who feels like you to say, yeah, you should watch it.
I got a question though. So Swicky's not a fan of Avatar. Like she also doesn't like watching a bunch of CGI blue people running around in an environment that she can't.
It's a
that she thinks it's like a Ferngully ripoff, right? She can't stand it.
I mean, it's the same. It's Pocahontas, right? Like it's all the same.
But
like white people taking brown people or blue people's things. Like, yeah, it's a trope. We get it.
No, but that's not why she doesn't like it.
Yeah, it's like, oh man, new culture. Let's take things from them because it costs a lot of money. Like, yeah, it's Pocahontas. It's fucking. We get it. Did
you like part 2?
It was sick. I mean, the story is whatever. Like, I literally couldn't care. They could just like walk around for 3 hours. I wouldn't care. Like, it's being in the world is the cool part for me. And this in the same way that it was in 2009 when the first one came out. It's like, and that was so different viscerally for me. It was like, oh shit, like this is wild. I remember what it felt like being like in the theater for the first one. I was like, oh shit, I don't care about unobtainium or whatever the fuck. Like the plot, get the fuck out of here. I don't care. Are there massive plot holes? Of course there are. I don't care. But I'm like lost in this world. Literally, I couldn't put my phone down. I didn't pick up my phone for 3 hours, and that's like I was transported in wherever the fuck it is. What's it called?
Way of the Water. Do you feel like you need to watch it?
The World. What's it called?
Taken to. No,
Naboo?
that one's
that's
Star Wars.
What's it called? Navi? No, that's the people. The people are in the Navi.
How do I
Whatever
not
it's
know
called.
this? Pandora.
What's that other movie that I hated that everybody liked? It was so popular. Like I get shunned. Like people get really mad when I say it.
I don't know.
What's the
Lord of the Rings? All of them?
No, I like Lord of the Rings. The one with the girl or the girl that like
Stranger Things?
Let me find it. The Juno
Stranger
girl.
Things? Oh, Ellen Page?
Ellen
now
Page.
Elliot Page. Elliot Page.
No, Ellen. Oh, Elliot Page now. Is she Elliot Page now? I don't even know. I don't.
He is Elliot Page. Yes.
Okay.
Or they. Now I feel bad that I.
X-Men?
No.
He. Yes. Elliot Page. He.
I hated Inception.
Inception. You hated Inception. Oh my gosh, that's right. She hated Inception.
Just what are you doing, Swick? What are you doing? What are we here for?
I know everyone hates me after I say that, but I just really hated it. I just hated it. I hated everything about it.
I
just hated it.
Have you rewatched it?
I haven't rewatched it because I think I watched it and then I tried to watch it. It's not even that.
Really hard
it was just like, no, but it's not like at the end I was like, oh, that's it. Like, okay.
So I remember what you said about it. You were like, this is Christopher Nolan trying to be smart just for the sake of being smart. And you're like
empty.
No, that was Tenet. Tenet was that.
Yeah,
Tenet. It like is incomprehensible.
Tenet.
Oh,
let me make sure that
if you hated Inception.
No, it's Inception.
I saw Tenet.
You're gonna be so mad watching Tenet.
Yeah, I got the same feeling, but I got the same feeling, but for whatever reason, Tenet to me wasn't as bad. Maybe because I already watched Inception.
Tenet is incomprehensible. I've watched every like explainer video and like timeline fucking graph. I still don't get it.
They just play with time, right? They just play with time. Well, it's like
kind of.
They went backwards or some shit.
Yeah, and then everything goes backwards. I don't get it. really incredible like practical effects stuff that they did in filmmaking. Like, yeah, I appreciate that. Anyway, Inception, there was this one infographic that showed like all of the levels that I saw on Reddit after I watched Inception the first time, and I was like, oh. And then I like went back and watched it while like literally had the thing up, and like changed my world. I liked it the first time around, but then I loved it the second time around. I think Inception's my top 5 favorite movie.
Is it?
One of my top 5. Yeah.
Like I don't think Tenet was hard to comprehend once you like understood like what was going on, but I don't have anything against Inception. I just can't get over the fact that Swicky just like does not like Inception.
I'm sorry. I just don't.
I mean, you're in the like 3% or whatever. What is Inception on Rotten Tomatoes?
It's like
87.
No.
So you're in the 13%. You're left-handed. Like you're just not a righty. You're over there in your own world.
Please don't insult me. All I'm saying is that it was a shit movie, and the reason why is because it was just like totally like empty and devoid of any like meaning like at all. It was just like some jerk off fucking thing that he did. It was like stupid. I'm like, I want my fucking time back from that movie and the minutes that I spent watching the beginning of it again to see if I could watch it again.
Have you hey Plunge, have you ever watched Beautiful?
Oh gosh.
And it's not spelled correctly either.
Maybe.
Please don't bring that movie up. You were mad at me for like 2 days.
It was
He gave me the cold shoulder for like an hour and a half or something.
No, it was one of those movies where like the director just wanted you to feel something, right? And so
I did not see this movie.
Don't watch it. Don't watch
it. It's about pageants.
It's too sad.
It's not. No. It's not about pageants.
Pageants.
What? How do you?
It's looking on Netflix, probably. It was a movie from a long time ago, and you don't need to watch it.
No, you need to watch it.
Oh man.
So then you can, because like this was a movie that like after you watched it, and then after I watched it, I was really upset, and then all of a sudden.
Oh, it's Javier Bardem.
Yes, that one.
I have not seen this one, no. Yeah, Inarritu is really interesting.
Yeah, you should watch it, and then tell Swicky how you feel afterwards.
Okay, I will consider doing that if I have a late night.
Never.
Okay.
Anyway.
Yeah.
On that note, we've been going 2 hours, and I do need to leave, but
okay. I'm glad you're out of the basement now.
I'm still in the basement. I'm just in a like a walled portion of the basement.
Gotcha.
It looks nice.
I'm still. It does.
Nice
I like it.
Basement now.
I like it. It's a good feeling. I don't know if you guys were on at the beginning, but I was saying there was some guy that I asked me to like. I use this as my background, obviously, for like Zoom calls, or whatever. And someone like asked me to move out of the way so he could take a picture of it and use it as his Zoom background. Fucking weird movie. No, this is my life, not yours.
Is that football signed?
Yes, that is a signed football. This is Detroit Lions football.
Okay.
Golden Tate.
Oh. Wow. Oh wait, are you Plunge in Detroit, huh?
No, I'm in Wisconsin.
Okay. Oh wow.
In Wisconsin.
And you don't have like a Green Bay anything, huh?
I'm a Niners fan, not 100% of the time. A Green Bay fan, 95% of the time. But
oh my god,
not super into Packer shit.
I gotta go, man. Niners fan. All right.
What are you fan of? Raiders or Rams?
Yeah, Raiders, and then Cowboys, and then I got the Rams. Those I have a pecking order. I do.
Yeah, three NFL teams.
I do. There's a story behind it, but we'll share that some other time or stuff like that. But Raiders first and foremost.
Well, I can get behind that. I understand why. But
well, Bo Jackson Bo Jackson back in the day, and also Raiders were in LA first. Well, not first, but when I was there. So Bo Jackson
early on. People forget that you're kind of old. You're like sneaky
I'm
old.
extremely old, man.
You're sneaky old. You have a very young face.
Thanks, man. I don't know where you're going with that. That's why I'm gonna get off now. I'll see you guys later.
No, I know. I'm I can see Raiders, but Cowboys, disgusting. I agree. Disgusting. They got fucking Dak sucks. Anyway, I enjoyed seeing all your faces as well. And for everybody that's still here, thanks for sticking around. We will probably do this next week, but remains to be seen. So, Peter Swicky, thanks for coming on. Thanks for talking White Lotus with me. I'm pretty sure. I think the outro video is still in the StreamYard thing, so I'm gonna go find it real quick. Hold on.
Let's go.
See if it's still here.
Uh-oh.
All right. Here we go. It's still here. Here we go.